Good morning. How's everybody doing there today? So I kind of wanted to make a short video of some of the difficulties I had with getting a SIM card from Claro and getting my cell phone set up. So to kind of give you the story here, so I looked on Google Maps, right, to see where the nearest Claro store was and what the hours were. So what I can share with you is that nearly everything that's online, whether it's store hours or the store being actually open, has not been correct. The store hours, it says it opens up at 8:30, and they didn't open up till 9:30. I've Googled places to eat on a side note. I've mapped myself there, and it was out of business. But it says it's open. So, like everything else, take it with a grain of salt, right? So, I go to the store, I ask them for a SIM card, and they provide me, with the SIM card, right, is what they give me, right? So they give me the SIM card, comes in this package from Claro. It cost me 5,000 pesos. Colombian pesos, which is about $2, a little less than $2. But so I put it into my phone, and I have an older phone, right? It's here. I don't want to have one of the newer phones, so it's an iPhone 6, right? So put it in the phone, doesn't work, right? Now look, my Spanish is not fantastic, but super unhelpful, I guess you can say, right? So I tell them no funcionar, necesita ayuda, right? So, they're just like, whatever, it's your problem. So they tell me to go to the pharmacy across the street to charge the phone because it needs money. So I go to the pharmacy across the street, and the pharmacist in there is like, the person that does that isn't here. So go back to the Claro store. They're like, well, that's your problem, right? So really not helpful. So I wander around and I find another place. It's like a small tienda, boutique type place is what these stores are. And the guy's like, oh yeah, no problem. So I give him 5,000 pesos, puts it on the card. 2 minutes later, the phone works. Fantastic, great, making progress. The next day, Claro starts sending me messages, text messages. And, look, with everything else going on, I just really didn't take the time to take a look at it to really see what it said. But as the days went on, I noticed something was counting down, right? And so when I did finally translate it, it said that you have to register the phone. Look, okay, so I click on the link that comes on the message, and it brings you to this big, giant web page. Look, once again, right? I understand. I don't speak Spanish. I'm in a Spanish country. It's my fault. I get it here, right? But let's make it a little bit more friendly for visitors, right? That are going to be here for longer than 5 days. So I was not able to figure it out, right? So I tried everything, right? And then it sends me a different message. I tried entering my passport to register my phone, all this other stuff. It won't take it. Right? So, anyway, I then decide, hey, look, I'm going to need some help. So I go to the Claro store in the mall, and thank you, Vanessa, for helping me, because the only way that I was able to have a phone here, according to what the people in Claro told me, now, if you've had a different experience, right, please share that in the comments. I'm sure it would benefit many other people. Was that as a foreigner, you cannot get a SIM card and a working phone for longer than they told me 10 days, right? I'm not going to change my phone number every 10 days. So the only option was that Vanessa had to provide her identification card, and I had to be added to the plan. So, look, I don't understand why you would do that to make it so difficult. But that's the only way that I was able to get a phone, and that's what the people in Clara told me. They said there's nothing that we can do if you are not a citizen here, because you need to have a plan. You just can't have a SIM card or a prepaid phone or something like that. It just won't work. So anyway, so if you are coming to Colombia, think about that, right? I do have a US phone, but to try and use my US phone here on data, it would just be super, super expensive. So I leave it in airplane mode, use the Wi-Fi where possible, and that works. That's fine, right? So those are some of the difficulties that I've had getting my phone set up here. Like I say, I mean, these are just my experiences. If you've had a different experience or like to contribute, please leave a comment down below to help us all. So, and the one final departing thought that I will leave you with is fruit, right? So the fruit here, pineapple, fantastic. So the fruit vendors, okay, first day here, I asked them how much, cuánto cuesta por la pina, right? How much for the pineapple? The guy tells me 5,000 pesos. I'm like, I don't think so, right? So the guy's just like, oh, okay, for you, 4,000 pesos, right? So $1 US is about 3,800 pesos, right? You can figure out the exact math there. I'm like, all right, fine. So I pay him the 4,000 pesos, right? A couple days later, I go to the Olympia supermarket, the same pineapple, 1,500 pesos, okay? So, you know, I go back to the vendor, because he's here in the neighborhood, and I needed another pineapple, right? So I ask him, ¿Cuándo cuesta la pina? And he tells me 5,000 pesos, right? Maybe I'm foreigner, maybe I'm white, tourist, who really knows? So I'm like, no. He's just like, okay, for you, 4,000. So I pull out the receipt. I said, hey, Olympia, and it's 1,500 pesos. I said, it's not good. So I walk away from him. Anyway, he's just like, oh, okay, 1,000 pesos. Okay. So the point is with fruit, it's all over the place, right? So look, I'm not complaining about spending 4,000 pesos on a pineapple. You spend more than that in the United States, and the quality is not good, right? The pineapples here are fantastic. So is most of the fruit, right? So the fruit vendor asks you for 4,000 pesos. I'm like, it's fine, right? So, but, you know, now I've got him down to a point where he'll give me for 2,000 pesos, right? So anyway, so that's kind of my like departing thoughts there. So the path ahead is after Colombia is a little bit unknown. I'll give you some more information on that as time goes on. But like always, right? Time moves forward. Sometimes you move along with it, sometimes it drags you along, right? But that's kind of what's going on here. And please like, subscribe, and share these videos. I make these to help people along their journey. And we're going to see if we can visit the monastery maybe today, maybe tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. So thanks for watching. And as always, stay safe.